Hi YouTube, I'm Nick, back again with another Keystone commentary slash review. Today's key is going to be a 23 Junkyard that I did 2 weeks ago, when it was or last week, when it was tyrannical, bolstering, raging. So yeah, let's give it a play.
5, 4.
So Junkyard's a pretty fun dungeon all around and seen as the easiest dungeon, but there still are a couple of mobs and stuff that can get you one shot if you're not careful. So we're taking haste in this key, because haste is very good for the shockbots, which pretty much carry the key. So that is the whole mission of this key, is to get your shockbot and protect yourself. So we start by heading over here, because there's a shockbot on this level over here, which is the one I'm getting. Then there's one on top of the hill as well, and then the hunter went off to go grab another shockbot in a bit of like a area where you need to like stealth in, because they have camouflage, they can get to it pretty easily. So I put my gavel here while we fight these two scrapbots. These ones are very annoying for melee. With that gyro scrap, you do not want to be hit by that circle. Pull dagger off that guy. Oof. They also do an exhaust, which puts like a smoke cloud in the ground. If you stand on it, your healer can't heal you unless they're inside of it as well. And same with the mobs, you can't damage them if they're inside of it and you're outside of it. They also do a self-detonation when they're low HP, if they're not doing a different spellcast. So make sure you stand out of that one. I've been gotten by that a few times. So this here, you kind of want to pull the two coil bearers and then the 3-pack down to the left together. But we're just playing it a little bit safer, just taking our time. Make sure we're getting our explosives, getting our kicks. Going in. So you want to kick the shrinks and the enlarges as well, ideally. Stuns going out. More cooldowns. Killing our infiltrators. Dodging the circles as usual. Boom. Now this area down here is actually pretty fun for warriors. These big toxic monstrosities, they do a like consume cast, and you can actually spell reflect that, as you see I'll be doing. And you want to make sure you do it. So spell reflect. So now the mob is consuming himself, and it does a lot of damage. You kind of got to be careful though if you're pulling extra mobs on that a different like slime elemental doesn't shoot like a slime bolt at you and use up your spell reflect, and then you're standing inside of it, because then you're down bad. Boom, and we're off. So slime elementals also do like a charge, which you want to stun, because if you get hit by that, you're dead. Yep, slime wave, big stun. And the toxic lurker does a suffocating smog, which is another stun, so you want to interrupt that one. As you can see, the shockbots that we have are just absolutely zapping through everything. I'm going to steal the welding here, just for the extra tankiness. The little slimes spawn lots of slimes that do like a little bit of an AoE explosion every time they die. So you kind of want to be a bit careful about popping those too fast. Kick. Alright, we got another monstrosity coming up. Okay. Let's go do his consume. So I got my spell reflect out. And that little green bit of his health bar is just him eroding his own HP away. Actually is a major component in this area for a pro for having a warrior, which normally there isn't many pros for having a warrior in the group. Nah, like warriors are cool. We are underappreciated. Okay. So you got to get 3 of those consume guys for the little bots to go and start the first boss. So now I just grabbed a grease bot, which is another 5% haste. And haste really helps with proccing those shock bots. So the more haste we can get, the better. Oh, I fell asleep in the sleep puddle. It blends into the ground in this area very easily.
Sanitation required.
So now we're going to fight our last toxic monstrosity. So you can also like kite this guy back towards the first boss, or to the boss area. So then you don't have to worry about waiting for the little robot to run on its tiny legs all the way back. The healer got man down.
System restored. Moving to contamination site.
There's more bots around this area, but we just play what we need to play. Okay. So now we're waiting for the little robot to use his little legs. There he goes. Oh, we accidentally pulled this slime because we were trying to get the bot from over there. It's definitely worth pulling a little bit of extra trash to make sure everybody has a bot. Okay, and we got the first boss. We got Gunker. So the first boss changes depending on where you are in the on the week in the dungeon, because there's a little like flying robot guy that like pretty much zones you out from playing certain bosses first. So you gotta like change your routes up each week. Okay. We had Lost Up for the boss. And the boss is just getting absolutely melted. Making sure to stand in the circles when he does the toxic waves and all the other stuff. Gotta degoopify the robots at times, and players if they get hit as well. Okay. Boss is getting pretty low. Yeah, I think I remember our priest was like, does anyone have cooldowns coming up? And he sent me PI instead of using it on himself, because I had my cooldowns coming back up. What a nice guy. Pretty high movement fight. Pretty sure casters can actually like max range a lot of the abilities on this, but then it also makes it a little bit tougher to get healed at times. Okay, and that is the first boss down. Look at that. 1 minute 47 seconds. We'll take it. So we're just running back up this path. Heading off to Trixie and Nano.
Remain alert. The flying menace has altered its trajectory.
Dodging the patrols. Fighting some more Scrapbots. My least favorite mobs to fight. They're not too bad on tyrannical weeks because they're not that tanky, but on fortified, like the current week that we're playing, they have a lot of HP. So So on these mobs, we've got to dodge the little scrapbot grenades. People are just going to get hit. It's very entertaining just watching everything just get zapped. We chose just to play a lot of these pools very safe in this dungeon that we did. Because the timer is very lenient, so there's no point doing like crazy pools unless you're really trying to go for a 3 chest or something crazy. This weaponized crawler does a bit of damage. Has like a AoE sort of pulsing ability. This shock coil, which zaps everybody. And it also does like a frontal, this scrap cannon. So there's a worry you want to spell reflect to reduce that. I think it does some magic damage to reduce the damage it does a little bit. Okay, so this pack here has got Zolgamox in it. So we make sure we're ready to go. Just blend it up. Making sure we get a stun on the bat. I like to kill off the other little mobs a bit as well. Just so then our zaps are just going straight into Zolgamox. Which Zolgamox is really easy in this key because you have the zap bots, so it just breaks those shields really fast. Throw my Stormbolt to stun the mob. My reflect up to reflect the blood siphon. See, look at how fast those shields break. And they're just going. Okay, we got some scrap hounds over here, which have like a frontal silence ability. So you really want to dodge them. You can stun them and all that sort of fun stuff. I was just too close to not be able to charge in. Kicking the repairs. I'm starting to die, so I put my rally. Orcs going out left and right. Should have stunned those. I had my stun up. And my fear. Alright, dodging the bomb on the ground. We do not want to get hit by that. Okay, now the room is clear. So I think we're just seeing, make sure everyone's got their bots. Okay, and we can play the boss. Big things on this boss is not getting charged by this by Nano Mega Crash. It is a lot bigger AoE than it looks, which is very annoying. And then kicking the tasers as much as possible on Trixie. If you get Mega Tase, you want to go stand in the cloud so it doesn't hit you. So it's on me. So I'm trying to get as much damage as I can. Hopping out. Boom. Can't hit me. Bolt Buster is a frontal that goes in the tank, so you really want to make sure you're not standing in that. And make sure your tank isn't just like spinning the boss around in circles. Alright. He's about to jump back in his motorcycle, which means we have to dodge it again. He's heading towards us. Swap onto him. when you kill one of them, the other one like sort of enrages. So you want to kill them off fairly evenly. There we go. We got more of these heavy Scrapbots. I've been playing with some different routes in here where you can like avoid fighting these Scrapbots, which I personally really enjoy. Not having to fight these. Okay, and they're dead. We're heading up. Our haste is stacking up nicely. So these little grunto mobs, they just fixate on just random plays. So you kind of want to stack up as much as you can, just so they can get AoE'd down nicely. It's one of those self-destructs. Okay, this back here, the Shaman is a very high priority mob. It'll cast a like a binding on you, and if you get bound, you can get hit by a lot of the other frontals and stuff like that, which is not ideal. Yeah, this grasping hex. I think there's just some enrage casts that the other guys do. Just want to stun them or kick them. There we go. Got another infiltrator. There's another shockbot in this room to the beside us or behind me right now, in case anybody was wondering. It's always good to know where all the shockbots are as much as possible, just in case you do die and you need to go back and get another one. Dodging the explosions on the ground. Okay. This Scrapbot. You want to clear out this area a little bit, just so then you can run to all these little, what would you call them? Like a conduit pylon sort of thing, without pulling any extra mobs during the fight. Self-destructs. So now we've got these Scrapbone bullies. These guys do a very nasty frontal, so you do not want to get hit by that. That will definitely one-shot you. Let's see if I do one of them. Yeah, shockwave. If you get hit by that, you're dead. Straight onto the boss while we've got some buffs and stuff rolling. I think we decided to save Lust here, so we have it for the final boss. So everybody wants to stack up in this charge smash, so they get a charged battery on them. So you can run to like the little robots or the little pylons to activate them, so they'll chain between them and kill off all these like little tiny mobs. It's bad for padding AoE doing the mechanic, but it makes the fight easier, so might as well do it. Okay, back into the charge smash. So we're missing one of the little charges, so we don't get the little spinny robot, but that's okay. Dodging these rubbles falling from the sky, they will also one-shot you. There's a lot of stuff that'll just one-shot you, but it's pretty clearly telegraphed for the most part. So as long as you're watching your screen and you're not you know, watching some American Idol on the other screen. I think you'll be okay. Boss is going down nicely. Very straightforward boss. And there we go.
I will deactivate the node.
So now we just go back through the way we've come in here. There's a lot of travel time in this dungeon as well.
Exemplary work.
Get some people there, extra bots that they might be missing still as we run through here. There's lots of bots here. Okay, now we just got to fill in our last bit of percent. And we're off to the final boss. This cavalry mob, this rapid fire, is very dangerous. You definitely do not want to get hit by that. That will one-shot you on high keys. Even on lower keys, I feel like if you get hit by a couple ticks of that, you are not happy. It's very sketchy with the elevation up here. Sometimes you can like go underneath it or above it. But other times it'll get you. Head up here. Just fill in some percent. Some easier sort of mobs. The prowlers leap on people. You want to stun them and all that good stuff. I think we end up getting this sussy boy here, just for the extra stack of the buff. Fairly easy percent. Probably could have set my cooldowns there, but I know we're going into a nice spicy pool here. Gavel a little bit late. Probably should have popped it right off the rip. But that's okay. Just kind of hoping that I would have it going into this first phase of the boss. But our healer got by the rapid fire, and he released. So now I just sit here and cry for just letting my gavel buff expire. I'm like, please run faster, my gavel. But, you know, it's a sad time. And it was a good proc as well. So I think we just get him to get his couple bots that he's missing. Bots. Yep, there's my boon. And it's gone. Rebuff up, make sure we're good to blast. Boss is pretty simple this part. Fulminating zap. If you press your reflect on that, you can actually reflect that back to the boss. You kind of got to get a little bit lucky on that. It's a bit hard to predict who it's going to go on to. There's these walking shock little things, so you want to like slow them and stop them from getting close to hitting you. You just dodge them, and then dodge this big line of swirlies on the ground. See, I managed to get the reflect there, but it was right at the end, so the mob already is dead. Now we're going to go up through the little maze and go channel the pylon to drain its energy. Run across those. You can jump over these beams, but you can't jump over the grates. Dodging. Wait for that one to go through. And now we're draining it. Now the idea is that you want to get all your DPS detected right at the end. So then the tank and healer can finish it off. And then that means the damage get full uptime on the boss when it's in this damage amp space. Because it doesn't do any other mechanics or other abilities. Other than throw out little swirlies and stuff like that. Lusted. Popping all like cooldowns. Going to town. More damage. Go, go, go. It's a race against the clock. You ideally want to just one phase it, but if you don't one phase it, it'll just play the first mob again, and then you just go again. And that is a 23 Junkyard 2 chest from last week. So if you enjoyed that video, guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if you enjoy playing Junkyard or if you're one of the people that don't enjoy playing Junkyards. And I'll see you in the Great Vault opening in the next day. Peace.